Hello, friends, and welcome to MusiCity Kids. My name is Tamara with Love in a Big World. My friends and I are here to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. Today, we're going to be talking about caring, and caring is taking time to let others know they're important, showing concern for another's well-being. And during this virus, all of us are very concerned about each other's physical and emotional well-being. So for the physical well-being part, we're making sure that we are washing our hands and covering our mouths if we cough or sneeze, and also making sure that we're social distancing because we don't want to share germs or virus with other people. But how can we show that we care in this day of social distancing? Because we still need the emotional support. We need to know that we've got people around us who care about us. We have to stay connected. And so that's what we're going to be exploring today. And to get us started is our friend Riki with Be Well in Schools.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to start off by learning a new breathing strategy that is all about caring for ourselves. And then we'll take all that care and love that we give ourselves and we'll share it with the world. Because we can always think about the people we love. Even if we can't see them right now, we can think about them and share that care and love that we have. So again, if you're new to joining us today for our breathing, when we breathe in through our nose and we fill our belly up like it's a balloon. And on the exhale, you breathe out your nose, you draw your belly in towards your spine. Beautiful. And so we're going to use that same kind of breath, but we're going to bring some movement into it. So on the inhale, we're going to reach our arms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, we wrap our arms around ourselves and we give ourselves a big hug. And we're going to do 5 more just like that. If you want to close your eyes and just breathe and feel that love, you can do that. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, give yourself a great big hug. Give yourself all the love. Deep breath in, reach up. And then exhale, give yourself that big hug. Feel the love. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, give yourself that hug. Feel all the love. And now deep breath in, reach for that love. Exhale, give yourself a great big hug. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, feel the love. Reach for that love. And exhale, give yourself that hug. Last one, deep breath in, reach up. And exhale, give yourself a great big hug. If you've got your eyes closed, you can keep your eyes closed. Or if that doesn't feel good, you can soften your gaze down at the floor. And now we're going to take all that love that we brought ourselves and we're going to share it. We're going to share it with the world. So if you want to think about somebody you know, somebody in your family, somebody who's your friend, who you miss, you can see that person in your mind. Or maybe you just want to send it out to the whole world. Because right now our world needs some love and care. And as we breathe in, we're going to really see that person or that space we want to send our love to. And on the exhale, we share all of our love. Let's do 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, fill up with love. See that person in your mind and exhale, share your love. 1 more time, breathe in the love. And exhale, share that love. If your eyes are closed, gently blink your eyes open. And just check in with how that felt to give yourself love and also share that love with people who need it. That is a loving kindness meditation that you can do anytime on your own when you're feeling like you need to share your love. Back to you, Tamara.
Thanks, Riki. That was awesome. Next up, we have our friends Courtney and Ever, who are going to teach us more about how we can show we care with our money.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we are talking about caring and how you can show that you care for others. When we met on Wednesday, we talked a little bit about sharing. And when we talked about sharing, we talked about sharing in the context of giving our money, buying gifts, and then using our talents as a way to show that we care for others. But one area that sometimes we miss out on in showing that we care about others is just through intentional conversation. And for a lot of people, having intentional conversations about money are intimidating, and they make us very, very scared and frightened and all of these bad emotions. But the thing we want you to know today is that that can be done in a very natural and casual way. And so Ever and I are going to demonstrate one of the strategies that we use in order to have money talks, and we sometimes call them birds and bills talks. For those that can get that, Ever's not quite ready for that yet,
Yes,
but
I am.
that's a whole nother conversation. All right, so one way that you can demonstrate a birds and bills talk, or simply a money talk, is by using the stories of people that came before us. So earlier today, I was telling Ever about my grandfather, her great grandfather, who
He said that his grandfather teach him how to
save money.
So
And so I wanted
How
to
the
share
best
that
way.
story from my grandfather to Ever. And so Ever, that story that your great grandfather, it was not that long ago.
Yes,
but
it was. Now you're grown up. What are you talking about?
he used to tell me that whenever we make money, we should always save a portion of that for an unexpected expense. So Ever, your great grandfather used to tell me that anytime I make money, I should set aside some of that for later.
You told me that earlier, so why do I need to forget?
So it makes for a very natural conversation. Another thing that he told me that, now this is really funny, Ever. This is really, really funny. You ready for this? My grandfather, Ever's great grandfather, did not like to use technology when it came to things related to money. So even things that we take for granted now, like going to an ATM machine, he did not do. And so there was one time where I went to an ATM machine to take my money out, and I waited too long, and the machine pulled the money back in. And so I had to go back home to my grandfather and say, hey, the machine took my money. And he gave me a really hard time about it because he didn't believe in using technology to manage our money.
So you lived with your grandfather?
I did. I lived with him for a while.
Why?
That's a long story. But again, the point that I want you guys to understand is that talking about money doesn't have to be intimidating. We can use the stories from our past and share them with our kids and nieces and nephews in a way that they understand. So you're not only showing them that you care by talking to them about money, but you're also teaching them about where they come from. All right, back to you, Tamara.
Ever and Courtney, thank you so much for sharing your family story. And that's such a good reminder to just make money part of the conversation at home so that we're not intimidated by it. Ever, I'm so glad you're with us. You're awesome. I hope you have a good weekend. Next up, we're going to be exploring caring with Janet of Janet's Planet.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to kind of share with you. I was trying to think about today, like how exactly that I could, let me make this so you can really see it, view it full screen. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how we care about each other in science. And I want to introduce you to a kiddo named Shubham Banerjee that used his science to care about those members of his family that could not see, that they were blind. So check this out. And yeah, this is my friend Shubham Banerjee. Tell everybody for me, if you will, what exactly you invented.
What I invented, it's a low-cost Braille printer made out of Legos. And what it does, it prints Braille. It uses a pin from Home Depot you can buy, and it's very easy to make, very simple to program, and very easy to learn.
Fantastic, because I read that it costs about $2,000 for a real
Yeah,
Braille printer.
It starts at 2008 and it can get up to 80,000.
How much does your Braille printer cost?
$250, which is 82% less costly than the normal Braille printer.
What exactly inspired you to make a Braille printer?
I was inspired by all these visually impaired people and how the radio access for a normal Braille printer is so it's not likely and it costs so much.
So apparently you identified a problem, which means we need a less expensive Braille printer. Talk to me how you brainstormed your plan.
It was a trial and error process. I found a model that I wanted, and then from there I modified that and made my Braille printer. In real Braille, it actually makes dents in the paper, and mine it makes holes. So then in the future I hope to actually make from the head of the real Braille printer, with that pin I can include it in my Braille printer.
Well, it sounds like you're off to a great start. Had you invented something or some things before you invented your Brago?
I mean, this is my first robotics kit, but I've tried many times.
So you said it took a long while to do this, from start to finish, when you knew you had like exactly how you wanted it. How long did it take?
It took around 4 weeks.
What really inspired you to create?
I didn't know if I could build it. I said, okay, I want to try. I wanted to help the visually impaired so badly. I didn't think it was possible, but after many trial and error process, then I finally got the result I wanted.
I mean, not only do you have a brilliant mind, you also have an amazing heart. And I want to compliment you on that, because you could have potentially sold this technology to someone for lots of money, but you didn't do that. What did you do?
I made the programming and how to build it for free. And currently it's on YouTube. You can program it and build it for free.
What do you want to share with kids your age or other kids around the world about the thrill of inventing something?
You know, first you learn from your mistakes, never give up, and it's always good to help people.
Wow. Again, I just am so super impressed and want to encourage you so very much to continue to use that great brain. So that was my very sweet friend, Shubham Banerjee, and I'm just delighted that again, he shared his great talents of caring for others. He used his science to care about others. And guys, maybe you're sitting at home wondering, what could I do? Maybe there is a great idea for an invention or innovation that could help you in your home, help the people that are right around you. So again, caring comes in many forms, and sometimes using our great mind to create a good scientific something is a great way to show others we care. That's the view from Janet's planet.
Thank you so much, Janet. What an inspiration.
He's a great kid. Yeah.
Is he from India?
Originally, but he actually lives out in Washington State. I got a chance to interview him several years ago. To me, the most incredible thing is that he has several people in his family that are sight impaired, and he's gone on. It's actually, if you look it up, it's spelled B-R-A-I-G-O, Brago. It's kind of Braille and Lego, but he's working on Brago 2.0, so you can follow him on YouTube.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that story. And next up, our musical guest for today is Alayna Anderson. We are so happy that you're here. And I mentioned earlier in the week that Nashville, we are known as Music City, but we have all types of music here. And Alayna is one of our artists in town that we're so proud of and so thankful that she's here to join us today.
Thanks, Tamara. I'm excited to be here to talk about caring with you all. It's something that always has room to grow with. We never stop learning how to care for one another. And I think it's something that if you feel like you didn't do such a great job at one point in time, you can learn from that and you can grow and learn from others how they take care of you in order to better take care of others and to better take care of yourself. So this is really exciting to be here. I had an experience last year taking care of my parents, and just like Courtney and Ever were talking about, sometimes we have to take care of our grandparents too. And so that's important to keep in mind, and just watching how your parents take care of you, and how you can learn to take care of them one day. And I also think it's important to ask how somebody needs some care in their lives. So that's something to keep in mind. And I was thinking about that yesterday and decided to write a little song specifically about that. So. I'll take care of you when your heart is breaking, when the earth is shaking you too. You can call on me to see you through. I'll take care of you as we get older and our bodies change too. You can count on me, my love remains true. We've got plenty of time to grow closer and love deeper. You know I ain't going nowhere. I promise you I'll take care of you in the light or darkness. You don't have to be scared. I'll be there. I promise I'll be there to take care of you. That's my little song about caring.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and you just wrote that yesterday?
I did. Enjoying the sunshine and doing a little bit of self-care, and yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We're so glad that you're here with us today.
Thank you.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
And next up, we have another friend of mine, Dr. Elizabeth Williams, otherwise known as Dr. E. Hello, Dr. E.
Hey, well, good morning, Tamara. How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I'm doing great this morning. And so for the occasion, I wore one of a sweatshirt that my mom got for me that says love to all, love to all. So I'm sending love to everybody out there who's watching this morning. And I'm sending love to you, Tamara. So thank you for doing this. And thank you for bringing all of us together. And I know we've been talking about this idea of caring, and caring is so important, particularly in times like these where we have to stay inside and when many of us are scared. And you know, it reminds me a lot of another anthropologist. I talked about the fact that I'm an anthropologist and I study people and I study what people do, so that by learning more about what people do, then I can learn not only about how to take care of them, but I can also learn more about myself. And so by doing that, one of the things a friend of mine and somebody that I know who's also an anthropologist, and he also happens to be a minister, just like I'm a minister as well, he wrote this book called The 5 Love Languages, Gary Chapman. And so he talks about that there are all these different ways that we can show love and caring to the people around us. And particularly in times when we are scared or when we are stressed, it's really important to show love to other people. So what are some of the ways that we can show love to the people around us and show them that we care? Well, some people like to be hugged. Some people like touches. And so the people that you're inside with, it's a good way to be able to show them that you love them. You can give them a kiss on the cheek, or you can give them a hug, or you can just snuggle up with them and watch television. That's a great way to be able to show people that you love them and you care about them. For some people, another way to be able to show them that you love them and care about them is to be able to say really kind and nice words to them. And so saying nice words to people, building people up, you know, thank you. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for taking the trash out. You know, you do a wonderful job when it comes to listening. Or, you know, I really like the way in which you are playing with your sister or your brother. That the idea of telling somebody some kind words can really go a long way. My niece, I have an 8-year-old niece, and one of the things she loves for me to tell her is that I love her. And she in fact told me, you know what, Auntie, when you tell me, or TT, when you tell me that you love me, that's one of the ways that I know that you really love and care about me. So saying kind words to people is another way to be able to show people that in fact you love them and care about them. Another thing that we can do are acts of service. So when we do things for other people, so if it's dinner time and you want to help out with making dinner, that's a great way to be able to show the people around you that you love them and you care about them as well. Well, let me, you know, set the table for dinner. That's another great way of being able to show somebody that you love them and care about them. Acts of service. Can I do something for you? Can I take the trash out? And in addition to acts of service, another great way of being able to show people that you love them and care about them is sometimes little gifts, little leaving notes, and making a note for somebody with a smiley face or saying, you know what, I'm thinking about you, is a great way to be able to show people that you love them, the people who you're inside with, but also sharing notes with other people. We've got all this technology, so you could make a picture and you could share it with a grandparent or share it with somebody that you can't see face to face. And then one of the other ones that's a really great way to be able to show people that you love and care about them is quality time. And quality time is a great thing. My nephew, who is 10 years old, one of the things he loves is he loves to spend quality time. We spend quality time together, and so we watch movies together, or I've been trying to convince him to listen to audiobooks, and that hasn't worked just yet. But with my niece, it really has. And so she didn't think she would like listening to an audiobook, but when we did, she really enjoyed it because we got to spend quality time together. So there are lots of different ways that we can show the people around us that we love them and care about them. If you can't see them, then sometimes you can use technology to be able to reach out and say, I was thinking about you, or I wanted to share this picture with you, or you know what, I just want to share a virtual hug or share a heart with you. And so there are lots of different ways that we can show the people around us that we care about them and we love them. And guess what? When we do that, when we share love, one of the amazing things that happens is not only does it help other people, but it helps us too. And that other people share love with us in return. And so love is like a gift that keeps on giving, that when you give love and when you give care, then you also receive care. And so when the more we give, the more we receive. And so it's a gift that never runs out. And so with that being the case, I want to share love to all today, love to all, and love to the world, because we definitely need love in a big world.
Dr. E, thank you. I'm so thankful that you shared the 5 love languages. That's something that I've taught my kids. So being mindful of touch, words of encouragement, acts of service, you might have to help me, gifts and quality time.
Yep.
And knowing how we can give that love, and also what language we speak ourselves, and how we need to receive that love and care is super important.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
All right.
Next up, for By Kids for Kids, we've got Jalen Walker back with us for his second time. Take it away, Jalen.
Hello guys, my name is Jalen Walker. I hope everybody's staying healthy and safe at this time. Hope everybody's able to stay at home also. So, as you know, our topic is how can we show people we care even though we are social distancing? And I think a great way to start that is at home. I live with my mom, my dad, and my little brother. My mom and dad work full time. My mom works at a mental health facility, and my dad works at a warehouse. So that means I'm the full-time babysitter. Things are really hard for everyone right now, so little things like cleaning the house, watching my brother, and even saying I love you helps out a lot and can relieve a lot of stress. So a great way to start is just at home. Another great way to show that you care is showing appreciation for those who help us out in our community. I feel like those are some people who are a lot at risk, and they kind of get overlooked at certain times. And so it's great to show appreciation to those people. So I decided to write a letter to my mail deliverer, and it says, I want to thank you for everything you do for our community. It's so brave of you to go and deliver people things to them despite what is going on in the world right now. You are amazing for doing that. From Jalen. And here's what it looks like. I'll just show you a little smiley face. You can't really see the text, but it's okay. So yeah, so it's great to just show appreciation to those people. I also tried to reach out to assisted living homes to see if I could email, pen pal, or just talk to the residents in some sort of way, because I feel like the elderly people who are getting affected the most by all this, and it's really important to show them that they matter and that they care, and show them that they are loved in this time. Sadly, none of them reached out because all of them are really busy trying to deal with everything that's going on right now. But it's good to show that you care and should just reach out. So, as you can see, there are many ways to show that you care even though we are social distancing. Like this. I care about you. I care about all of you. All right, thank you for having me, Dr. Tamara.
Oh, Jalen, I love you so much. Thanks for being with us and sharing your words of wisdom.
Yeah, always.
You know what, you mentioned the delivery people, whether it's with the mail or Amazon. UPS is super busy right now. I've seen some news stories of people leaving baskets of snacks at their doorstep. So
wow.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to show that you care. Or if you have to go to the grocery store, I've been mindful of thanking the people who are working there because they really are front line.
Yes.
And then have you seen any of the stories about the people who are going to the hospital parking lots? They stay in their cars, but when the healthcare workers are like they're switching shifts, they're there clapping for them and yelling thank you out the window. I mean, it's amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I haven't heard of that, but I'm so glad to hear about that.
Yeah, I've been, even though there's so much turmoil happening right now, I feel like this is drawing out the best in us, and we're realizing how much we care, and it's helping us to take the time to let people know that we care. So thanks for thinking about that, Jalen.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. And last but not least, we've got our friend Jacob Wise with Hand, Eye, Body. Jacob, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I've got my talk today, Jacob.
Awesome, awesome. So you might be thinking, what does hand-eye coordination have to do with caring? Well, just like Dr. E talked about, it can be spending quality time or doing something, and moving together is a great way to show that you care about someone. There's actually a great quote from one of my favorite movies about baseball, where the main character says at the end to his dad, "Hey dad, want to have a catch?" And they're just throwing the baseball back and forth to each other. And that's how they show they care for one another, just spending that quality time. So doing something like playing catch, or it could be just sitting on the couch reading a book. You could even read your own book and the other person is reading their own book, but you're doing it together. And you don't even have to say anything to show that you care. And so even if you can't go to the gym or your favorite baseball field as easily now, it's harder to play catch inside without breaking everything. So here's something that you can do that you can practice together. And it's using just one ball, a tennis ball. You can use just a rolled up sock, an orange. What you're going to do is take the ball, pass it behind your back and in front of your body. So this comes from a basketball ball handling move, but again, it's hard to get to the basketball court to play basketball, but you can practice this inside. So you can put it around your body like this, and then switch to go around your head. So you're alternating around your body, around your head, and if that gets comfortable, you can add in around your knees, around your body, around your head, around your body, around your knees, and just keep going around, and then you can see how fast you can go. And so, and it's okay if you drop, and just practice how fast you can go. And one way to do this, you can practice together, but what's really fun, if you've ever seen people in a huddle, they go, 1, 2, 3, go. They always will move and say it together, getting in sync. You can even march down the hallway. We sometimes do that at home, just getting in sync, marching together down the hallway. It seems silly, but you really connect with the other person when you're doing that. So you can try to see if you can do these moves together in sync with someone next to you. You can even try to do it in sync over a video chat with someone in another house. And so that's a way that you can show that you care. And there's another hidden message of how you can show your care, and that is you can teach someone something that you've learned. And that's another way to show that you care. And there's lots you can learn with hand-eye coordination. This was one move that you can learn, but every time you learn something, see if you can teach it to someone else and think of someone else who might like to do it as well. Thanks, Tamara.
Oh, Jacob, I love that. I love the idea of connecting through movement and then also teaching somebody what you know. Those are some great ways to show that we care. So friends, before we go, I want you to just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about, who can I show I care today? And how am I going to do that? Then open your eyes, and after we dance our way out, I want you to go and do that. Get started right away. And of course, we always remind you, use your phone, FaceTime grandparents or other elderly folks you know, like Jalen was talking about and some others. But let's all make sure that we care, because as Dr. E reminded us, what goes around comes around. So let's show that love. I'm so glad that you're here and spending some time with us. We'll be back next week for MusiCity Kids, where we're helping you grow strong in mind,